Hello everyone, my name is Joint and today I'm going to show you how to set up DSPI, a brand new database manager system for Roblox. I've spent countless days and hours working on this for it to finally release. I'm very proud of what I have accomplished as 4 years of hard work have led up to this moment. I've been scripting for 4 years and wanted to work and release something like this. I've never been able to because of my skill, but I finally reached a moment where I've been able to. So today I'm going to show you how to set it up, make a little script, and then use that script in your own game. So obviously you want to get the model, which will be linked in the description below, or if you're from the GitHub repository, you'll obviously know, or you'll probably already have the model. So I'm going to make a brand new base plate. Now you need to come to game settings, save the Roblox, name it whatever. I recommend using Timecodes, especially if you don't want to forget to save your game, then click save. So once you do that, you want to click on close, come to game settings, come to security, and you want to enable studio access to API services. Click save, and boom. So now you want to come to toolbox, come to inventory, and then insert DSPI v1. So you're going to get the script. This has all of our functions and all of that. So you want to drag this into service script service. Let me just enable this. So now you want to add in a brand new script. This is what's going to manage your leader stats and whatnot. So I'm gonna name. You can name this whatever. I'm just name it leader stats. So this can obviously be used for much other stuff, but if you come into the scripts, you can see that our set async function actually connects to this local function above here. This gets all of the values inside of your leader stats folder, which if you don't know how to do, I'm gonna show you in just a minute. And then it puts that into this table, and once it loops through all of the folder, it's gonna return that into this table, which you're gonna get, and which I grabbed in my set async function when I made this. So, and then I'll get a sync function. It pretty much just gets the data async function that's provided by Roblox, and then returns it so it's actually able to load in that data. So coming back to here, all we need to do is do local DSPI equals require game get service service script service. Okay, now you want to do wait for child DSPI framework. This template is gonna be in the description below. But once again, this can be used for whatnot, as long as you can figure out a way to set it up or until I release it. So all you can do really for this is just save like stats and whatnot. So want to do local function on player join, get the player variable, and then you want to do local function on player exit player, and then obviously get that. So this is obviously embedded. I made this all by myself, so obviously expect bugs and whatnot. So we need to go ahead and create our leader stats folder. So we need to do local leader stats equals instance.new folder. You need to do leader stats.name equals leader stats. Make sure this is all undercase. But if you do want to name this folder something else besides leader sets, all you gotta do is come to DSPI framework. Come to this local function, and then just change this text player.leadersets to player.whatever you named your folder. So, and now I want to do leaderstats.parent equals player. So this is more what a tutorial rather than a documentation, But for those who are here from the GitHub repository, you probably don't know or don't even know where to start to set this up. So you obviously need a tutorial. So, and since this is a brand new release, there's going to be no other tutorial just yet on YouTube. So now so obviously you can either do one instance, so you can do like a cache value and call it a day, or you can have two values, three. You can do as many as you want. But I'm gonna just show you how to set up two. So local cache, or no, I'm gonna just do one. But so local cache.instance.new, which if you're using this, you should have a base idea of how to set this up. So you can just follow along if you don't. But if you do know how to script, don't say cache.value or anything like that, because that's gonna be all set up in when the player join, which we'll do that in just a second. So I'm just doing one. If you want to do another one, all you gotta do is pretty much the same thing. So you can do local other value equals instance.new. So you can do int value whatnot. Other value dot name equals other value. The value dot parent equals leader sets. So this is just template if you want to add different values, but I don't see why I need to make another one. Alrighty, so now we need to go ahead and get two essentials. So if we come back to our framework and come to get a sync, you can see that we require the user ID. So this is simple. All we gotta do is local user ID equals player.user ID. It may not pop up since we're doing a local function, but it's fine. It's a capital U and a capital I. I mean capital I, capital U, everything else is lowercase. And now I want to just do local data equals DSPI dot get a sync, and then just put user ID. So now I want to do if data then. So this means if there is data for the user, then we're going to go ahead and set for me the cache.value equals to data, and then want to do a table, then brackets, I forgot what it's called, and then cache. So if you want to, obviously if you have more, this is how you do it. I'm going to put other value, a value equals data, other value. So this text in here is going to be the same as what you have for that. So pretty much just copy and paste this if you want to ensure no error. However, if there is no value and they're just joining, we'll obviously want to set them to 0 unless you have some type of special going on. But obviously this is not a legitimate game of mine. So boom, there you go. So now all we got to do, so obviously this would be much longer if you actually did this all by yourself, but the purpose of, excuse me, so sorry about that. But now we are going to go ahead and script what it actually saves, which this is probably going to be the easiest. So all you want to do is do DSPI dot set async, then you want to do player, well first above this you want to do local user ID equals player.user ID. So now in here you want to do player, comma, user ID. Because if you come back to the framework script, you can see that our set async requires a player and user ID. But make sure it's in this order, player and then the user ID. Otherwise it's gonna break. And this is because this will just allow much easier communication of this, allowing to find the player. So it's much easier, faster, and all of that. So now we just have two more. See, that's the quickest and smallest amount of code. Now we just need to do game.players.player added, connect function. No, not function. You just got to do onPlayer join. And then game.players onPlayer. Oh, player removing. connect on player exit. Alrighty, so that's it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and script which that's really all. If you copied everything like this to the teeth, it should work perfectly fine. Go to my GitHub repository to find more info if you need it.